Okay, these are some more from the Geometry Proofs worksheet, number 3. Did find another misprint on number 4. I hope you're catching these. So hopefully this will help you deal with those. Okay, so number 3, we were given that D is the midpoint of AC and AB is congruent to CB. All right, so I wrote down my given. My first of all given is D is the midpoint of AC, and that's given. And if D is the midpoint of AC, what does that mean? That means that it divides it into two congruent segments, that AD is congruent to CD. So that's what I can say. AD is congruent to CD. And why? That's a definition of midpoint, because a midpoint divides this in the middle and divides the segment into two congruent segments. So that would just be definition midpoint. Okay? And then we also had that AB was congruent to CB, AB and CB. So I can mark that down, and that was given. And notice that we've got a side here and a side here. Okay? Well, we got two ways to prove triangles, congruent side, 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 or side, angle, side, but we can see again that BD is a common side. It's in both triangles, so I'll use the reflexive property again to get my third side. BD is congruent to BD or itself because of the reflexive property. Of congruence, and I'm all done now. I got it because I got side, side, side. So my triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CBD. And that's by side, side, side. Okay. And there you go. So if you can see that, I'm kind of a little squinched in here. I just need to be writing smaller, but hopefully that makes sense. Okay, then number 4. Now number 4, we had another typo. This should have been ABD, not ABC. ABC wasn't even written. ABD is what we're thinking about. And CDB, so I think you could figure that out. So hopefully, I apologize for that. So far I got 3 out of 4 misprints here. Or there's 3 out of 4 have some kind of typo. But I checked the last 2. The last ones are okay. I probably pasted this over because it's very similar to number 1. So here's what we've got. We've got AB is congruent to CD. That was given, so I put that in. And I use this over here, not second, but I use it because you'll see I want to use side, angle side. So this here's over as AB is congruent to CD, and I'll put marks there, AB and CD. Okay? And then AB is parallel. I can actually put these little arrows here. AB is parallel to DC, and that's given. Now, if they're parallel, remember, the alternate interior angles are congruent. We talked about that today, that alternate interior angles, parallel lines will give you alternate interior angles congruent. That's going to give you an angle. So I'm going to say that this angle here is congruent to that angle because those are alternate interior angles. So that's going to be angle ABD is congruent to angle CDB. And that is parallel lines imply, so I'll write over here, parallel lines imply, and I put the little double arrows for imply, that means alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay? Now that's going to be an angle. So now I've got side angle. So I need another side because I'm going to do side, angle, side, and I got side, angle, and there again we have the BD that's in both triangles. BD is a common side, so I can use my reflexive property, and I'll get BD. Okay? So I can say that BD is congruent to BD. And that's going to be the reflexive property of congruence. And that's going to give me a side. Then I'll mark it in my sketch, and you can see we have side, angle, side, side, angle, side. So we're going to have our triangles congruent by side, angle, side. And my triangle is ABD is congruent. ABD is congruent to CDB. And again, I apologize for these typos here, or these errors. Okay. And that's going to be, again, by side, angle, side. Okay. So this is one where we have to use some of our information. Parallel lines imply all interior angles are congruent, and everything else was pretty much given to us except for the reflexive property, but we've used that a lot, so we should be pretty comfortable with that. Okay, so hope that helps.